Can I date before my divorce is final? Hi, I'm Bill Farias, founder of Farias Family Law. And this is a question that comes up often because people facing divorce are in relationships that in a lot of cases have not been going well for some time. And so when there isn't emotional attachment in the marriage, people are going to seek it elsewhere. And so it's not uncommon for people going through divorce to already be dating or wanting to date during their divorce. So the important thing to keep in mind is that you want to be aware of which circumstances present the highest risk of dating negatively impacting your divorce versus the lower risk circumstances. So there isn't any bright line rule that says you can or you can't. There are some people that date during divorce and it has no impact at all on their divorce, and for some it creates problems. So first, let's talk about the high risk situations. If you believe that your soon-to-be ex learning about your dating relationship is going to cause conflict or strain, then you may want to reconsider. This is especially important when there are children involved. So, injecting conflict into a divorce just generally makes it more difficult to resolve. And when there are children involved, then that conflict becomes a psychological burden on the children. So especially if there's been a recent breakup and you have children, you have to consider the possibility that the conflict is going to make things more complicated for you in your divorce. Another thing related to children to keep in mind is that you should absolutely not introduce your children, especially if they're younger, to a new significant other, especially not during a divorce. This is something that the court frowns upon, and for good reason. The kids are going through enough with the parents splitting up, going through divorce. The last thing you want to do is confuse the children further by introducing them to a new mommy or daddy to only have that relationship potentially not work out within a few months. So if the relationship is young, you do not want to be introducing your children to your significant other. The other thing you don't want to do is you don't want to be spending significant amounts of money on another relationship. The other side and the court can look at all of your financial records. So spending significant amounts of money on another relationship during your divorce can potentially create problems for you financially in the division of property, in any support issue. So don't spend significant amounts of money on another relationship during your divorce. Now we can take a look at the lower risk circumstances. So you're at lower risk of a dating relationship negatively impacting your divorce if, number one, your soon-to-be ex is already dating, right? So if your soon-to-be ex is already dating, there is a much lower chance that your dating is going to have a negative impact on your divorce. They're just much less likely to care if they're dating themselves. Another factor that is that makes dating generally lower risk is if you have been separated physically and financially for a significant period of time. So some people just don't get around to divorce for a while. They separate and just kind of let it sit for a while. And if you're in that situation where you haven't been financially connected and you haven't been with that person for some time, then there is a much lower risk that your dating is going to have any impact at all on your divorce. And finally, if you don't have kids, it's lower risk because there is less to be concerned about in terms of conflict, right? So if your if your ex-spouse or soon-to-be ex is going to be upset about your dating relationship, at least it's not going to have a negative impact on the kids. You don't have to worry about when to introduce the kids to the significant other. So not having children generally reduces the risk that dating will become a problem. So can I date before my divorce is final? If it's going to inject conflict into your divorce, then you need to be aware of that and the potential ramifications, and you should make sure that you're not spending significant amounts of money on any dating relationship, because that could unnecessarily complicate your divorce. If you have any other questions about this, you can call us at 508-675-0464. You can email us at info@fariasfamilylaw.com. If you found this helpful, you can subscribe to our channel and share the video with anyone you think might benefit from it. And you can find us on Facebook at Farias Family Law. Thanks. Have a good day.